Welcome to the morning after week 3 of the 2021 season. We're here. Another short show today. Soon we'll get to the mid-season thing where I break down rosters before the trade deadline, stuff like that. But first, let's get to the week that was in the CFFL. First game we will talk about is the Sasquatches. Sorry, that is a mistake. As some of you may or may not have seen, Sasquatches are no more. In memory of his dad, he's now the Holsey's Colts. Didn't update that one yet, so used to that. But the Colts, their first game as the Colts, takes down the Price is Right 63.5 to 61. One, by the way, I do have exciting. We should have a new exciting helmet for the Sasquatches, now Colts, soon. Sad to see that one go. I did really like that one with the Tar Heel blue and the pewter helmet, pewter face mask. But the Colts should have a cool helmet coming up soon. 63.5 to 61. Dak Prescott with a late touchdown on the Monday Night Football game propels the Colts to their win. Team Price is Right were led by Lamar Jackson's 12. Overall, kind of disappointing week for the defending champions, who now are 0-3. Next up, then the Minotaurs fall to the Bruisers for their first loss of the year, 85 to 67. The Bruisers were led by a huge day for Ezekiel Elliott, 17.5. Thank you, Ezekiel Elliott, giving me a win in the other league, by the way, 3-0 in both. Matthew Stafford, 23.5. Big week for the Bruisers. Minotaurs fall. Cooper Kupp again, 16.5 points, but in a losing effort. Little Big Men pick up their first win of the year, moving to 1-2, taking down Dr. Dangerous. Josh Allen, welcome back to Fantasy Relevance, 30 points this week. Dr. Dangerous falls, even though he had a semi-strong week from Devonta Adams, 13.5, good week for him. Kyler Murray, kind of disappointing with only 13.5. In a losing effort, just falling short, thanks to a few points from Devontae Smith and CeeDee Lamb on Monday night. The Gargoyles take down the Badgers, 109 to 59. Huge week for the Gargoyles. Everyone kind of went off. The only one who was not in double digits was Chris Godwin. Particularly good game from Jamar Chase with 15, but everyone else was just really good and really consistent. And most of you who've ever seen Griff know he's a pretty modest guy, so you expect him to be, really quiet, unassuming on the win that he had. A text that he had, ho-hum, just bulldozing another inferior team with high points for the week, just as I expected. Expecting that always from Griff. Very, very humble. Good job, Griff, on that. Big win for you. 2 big weeks in a row, actually. Next up, we had the Dingoes take down the Maulers in a low-scoring battle, 52.5 to 47. Dingoes, Justin Herbert, 23 points. The rest of the team, not a whole hell of a lot. Actually, when kicker and his quarterback scored 36. So that's crazy. Maulers, A.J. Brown's injury was huge. Juju Smith-Schuster getting hurt didn't help. Marquise Brown dropping 3 touchdowns didn't hurt. Didn't help anyway. He falls, and then the Horn Dogs fall to the Cardinals. My bad. 72.5 to 46. I was led by Patrick Mahomes' 19 and DK Metcalf's 12. Horn Dogs really did not have a good week. Austin Eckler had a good week, 11 points, but that is about it. Getting now to the player of the week. This one's a pretty easy one. I mentioned him earlier. Welcome back, Josh Allen. 358 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown for old Joshy. Big game there for 30 points. As for the Sorry About Your Fantasy team, a couple different choices this week. The Bears totaling 47 yards of total offense and 1 net yard of passing. Something else. But that is not where I'm going to go with this one. It's a general one, not so much these players, but who they're associated with. Any of the rookie quarterbacks have just been miserable this year. Justin Fields and the Bears have been terrible. Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, not looking good. Mac Jones, not there's a whole lot of Patriots fantasy relevant. Damian Harris, I guess. But they're not really relevant. Trevor Lawrence hurting all of the value. James Robinson's been okay. The receivers really haven't taken off. And Corey Davis and their whole running back stable have been unusable for the Jets. Eventually, some of those guys will probably get going, but right now, not so much. So that is our show this week. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back probably in 2 weeks and maybe starting the looking deep on that one to see the wrap up of the teams. So we will go from there. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in next week for 2 weeks for another good show. Thank you, and good luck to everyone this week except Little Big Men.